Hey everybody, I want to talk about, I hope everybody have a great day today. I want to talk about George Groves versus Chris Eubank Jr. I mean, this fight's going down next weekend. It's going down and it's going down in the best way, man. Knockout. Got somebody going to sleep on this one. You got George Groves swinging for the fences every chance he gets. George Groves had 3 losses. He lost twice to Carl Froch, KO twice, and then he lost to Badou Jack. And I was looking at the Badou Jack fight. That was actually a split decision loss. So that could have went either way from the judges. And that was for the WBC title at 168. Before that was the start of Badou Jack's reign with the WBC at super middleweight. So yeah, I got this being a great fight, man. I got this being a great fight, crowd pleaser. It's with the it's for the Ali Trophy, so it's in the Ali Trophy tournament. So it's gonna be a great one again, man. Last week we had the Garcia versus Dortacos, man. If you didn't see that, I highly suggest you going to see that. So far, that's fight of the year for me. First ballot. Fight of the year. No doubt, no question. Name me one better so far. But yeah, I got, and then Chris Eubank Jr. is, he fought the Turkish guy. I was seeing on there that they said that they were giving him hate mail. They were saying that, he's going to be leaving in a body, but like he's just all this type of craziness, and they said when the fight was over with, after he completely obliterated this Turkish guy, they all were like, yo, can I get your autograph, Chris Eubank? Can I get your autograph? He said that in a video interview last week. He said it was a hostile environment, and he said once he threw 3 punches and the guy was only loading up throwing one back, he said it's going to be a long night for the other guy. And he said he could pretty much do what he wanted to do after that, from that point forward. Chris Eubank Jr. actually lost to Billy Joe Saunders, but that was early in his career. I think he's a lot better now, and I think Billy Joe Saunders is a lot better as well. That was before Billy Joe was champion. They were both 2 undefeated young domestic level fighters at the time. And you got Billy Joe getting a nod on that one. But I honestly think that was like the way I scored it, I don't care what everybody else says, but the way I scored it a split decision. And I thought initially Chris Eubank Jr. won the fight, but after I went back and I looked at the tape and I looked at everything, and I looked at Billy Joe's punching and his jab, just his jab being so dead on, dead center. I wound up giving Billy Joe the nod on that one, and for good reason. So yeah, you got that, and then you got Chris Eubank Jr. also. He also fought the guy Spike O'Sullivan, was just knocked out, and kind of a surprise knocked out Douglas, the Douglas kid from Virginia. So he knocked him out. I think it was a couple weeks ago. And the Douglas kid was talking like this is his comeback, because the Douglas kid got knocked out before that to the white Mike Tyson. I forgot his name. It begins with a K. Yeah, he knocked him, and that was actually an upset. So he said he was gonna come back and beat Spike O'Sullivan. But I say that to say this, Spike O'Sullivan got a couple good wins after the Chris Eubank loss. Because if you remember, Chris Eubank stopped Spike O'Sullivan, and Spike O'Sullivan is supposed to be in talks with fighting Danny Jacobs now. So now look how good that fight was. And I mean, you got Chris Eubank that stopped him, and all of this was after the Billy Joe fight, the Billy Joe Sanders fight. So I think they both got good, and I think that'll be an awesome fight. And if you didn't know, Chris Eubank Jr. is not even a natural 168 pounder. He said he could still make 160, and that's the weight division that he really wanted to be at, but he had no takers because you had Canelo. I mean, you had pretty much Triple G, and you had Billy Joe Sanders with all the belts, and they couldn't make a fight with Billy Joe Sanders because they were being stubborn. The fake Frank Warren side of things. And then you got Chris Eubank's dad. I mean, I like him though, man. I think he's good, man. I think he's a character, man. So he's kind of like Danny Garcia's dad. You know, they kind of add a little spice to the card when it's press conference time, which is good for views and stuff. You know, you got Chris Eubank Jr. Before the tournament started. Last year, he just came off one of his best wins, I think, is when he fought Arthur Abraham, and he beat him decisively, stopped him, I think. And I honestly think that was actually one of his best fights to date. I honestly think that, because if you think about it, Arthur Abraham, to that point, had never been stopped, I think. So for him to stop him, that was an awesome feat, But yeah, man, I got this being an awesome fight. George Groves versus Chris Eubank Jr. I'll give my final thoughts and who's gonna win next week, leading up to the fight. This is Corey. Let me know your thoughts, buddy. Y'all have a great day.